Hi all! I decided to do a piece of art from the Create This Book 3. It's a prompt book from Mariah Elizabeth. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. Sadly, mine got left out in the rain when it was delivered, so all the paper is misshapen. I did think about sending it back, but my original plan was to do all the art on a different type of paper anyway. So in the end, I thought it was just a waste to send it back when I can still do the art on a different paper and stick it in the book, and that way a whole book hasn't been wasted. So yeah, I was flicking through and I did quite like this create this meme prompt, though in the end I like order, so I went for the prompt on the first page, which was clouds. And I did think about doing just clouds, but I wasn't sure how to make it interesting. There is amazing pictures of clouds in different shapes, different colours, textures, but I am also quite aware of my skill level at the moment, so I decided the clouds could be the background piece and have like another main focal point. So my main focal point is this flower, and then the background has the clouds. So I did also think about doing something inspired by Mariah Elizabeth, because I am a big Mariah Elizabeth fan, and I always think of her style as lots of bright colours, really cute, quirky characters, and then food, weird, fun food combinations. So I did try and make this flower like a cute little flower, and I tried to use some bright colours, but maybe not to the extent that Mariah Elizabeth does. And maybe it would be fun to try more of her style. I might try that next. Because for those who don't know me, which will probably be every single person that watches this video, I'm on a journey to learn how to draw and paint. I've always enjoyed drawing, doodling, but I decided now I actually wanted to get good at it. And I thought YouTube was a good way to document it, because hopefully a year or 2 years from now I can look back on this and see how much I've improved. Let's hope there's some improvement in that amount of time. And I thought YouTube was also a good way to keep me accountable, even though, I mean, no one's watching the video, so there's not actually a huge accountability group for me. But in my head, this will make me feel more accountable. And I've started an Instagram where I'm posting every day just some art that I've done every single day, even if it's a little piece, or, you know, on a weekend I'll have a bit longer, I'll do a bit more. But something so that I'm, I don't know, training my skills every single day. And I also thought that could be a good YouTube video to, because I know everyone says Instagram's dead. So I thought I'll post every day for a month, see how followers and reach change, and then I will also, after that, post reels every day for a month. People say reels are much better, and see the difference with that, and I'll probably do a YouTube video on that. If there's anyone else who is starting an art Instagram and, you know, literally has 0 followers like I do. So yeah, this sponge is a makeup sponge. Because I've just started out, I don't have that many supplies, but I do like makeup and like cosplay makeup, so I have a lot of makeup sponges, which is why that tip of that sponge is green. It's a very old sponge, and I definitely shouldn't be putting it on my face anymore, so I thought it would be perfect for making the clouds, and to be fair, it actually worked quite well. I was quite happy with it. And yeah, you can see I added a bit of pink to the clouds. I just wanted to give them a bit more colour, and the flower in the end is going to be pink, so I thought it would help tie the background in to this flower. But I'm quite happy with the effect. Some of it didn't mix as well as I wanted to. I'm not familiar really with acrylics, but I think the overall effect looked quite nice. The rest of the painting I'm going to do in watercolours. At the moment, that's the medium I'm using the most. I just feel I can blend better in watercolour and I feel like it's the least scary of the art mediums, because even though you can't rub it away, you can, you know, add more water to it and dab it, and it does sort of come off. So I feel like you can go backwards from watercolour easier than you could go backwards from, say, acrylic or markers. I do really want to try markers though. I've seen some people on YouTube do the most amazing marker art, and I mean, for years I genuinely thought a marker meant a felt tip pen, and I did not understand how people were doing this amazing artwork with, in my head, felt tip pens. Now I've obviously heard of like Copic, Ohuhu. Probably won't be going for Copic prices, but I might treat myself to some Ohuhu markers, because yeah, I really want to give them a try. I just love the effect of them. But yeah, for the moment I'm mainly using watercolours. I'd love to give digital art a go as well, but I think I should stick with traditional mediums for a while before I move on to digital art. So yeah, here I am, I'm just colouring in the petals, just a light shade of pink, and then I will go back over some of the corners darker and some of the sides to make it look like the petals are actually overlapping. But I did think this pink was quite a good match for the pink of the cloud, so I'm quite happy with how that turned out. This art is also inspired by Mimi Moo Illustrations. I always struggle saying that. Another artist, and she's also on YouTube. I absolutely love her art. She's one of the people, I think I've said this in another video, that has inspired me to try and learn how to draw, because she has a lot of videos on where she started and how she started. And she just seems really honest with it, you know, like she says how long it will take. Like her process was slow. It just seems real, so it really inspired me to give it a go, which is what I'm doing. So yeah, I was quite happy with the end look of the petals, and I do just find watercolour so relaxing. I'd love to try all the different styles of watercolour. I've seen amazing loose watercolour, I love that style. And amazing like realistic, well not realistic but semi-realistic flowers, but loose, and I just think it's gorgeous. At the moment though, I'm not doing realistic. I think that would be jumping in at the deep end. I just want to get used to the different mediums, drawing, you know, the shapes. I have to admit I was a little bit scared when this paint went down. It was brighter than I expected. But I think the end effect is quite nice, and I have to remind myself that watercolour dries lighter anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to just deepen up the bottom here so that it actually looks a bit more rounded. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that effect. I'm trying to get a bit better with like my shade and light and my values. I definitely think I can go deeper, but I'm hoping again it's something that will come with practice and time. So yeah, here I am painting the little bee that I wanted to be like a friend to the flower. I just absolutely love bees. Scared of them, don't want them particularly near me. But if there's one, you know, flying around the flowers in my garden, I absolutely love them. I just think they're so cute, and I like to think about them just going about the little jobs. Well, I say little jobs, incredibly important jobs. And I'm just terrified of being stung. I've never been stung, so in my head it's this excruciating pain, and everyone tells me it's not, but it still doesn't make me any less scared. But I don't bother them, they don't bother me, I just think they're cute. And I've seen some of the, I don't know if anyone's seen the TikToks and Instagram of the lady that saves the bees, and she just scoops them up, and I'm just mesmerised. One bee will send me running and she just scoops them up, and they're just happy to be scooped up. I love watching it. I have saved a couple bees in my time. When you know, when they've got tired and so you have to leave like water and sugar, and I'll just watch them, and then eventually they'll have a bit and they'll get their energy back up and they go and fly off. If I do that though, I have to make sure my dog's inside because I don't want him biting or eating a bee and having a reaction or being stung. Not that I think he's fast enough. He's quite an old dog. I don't think he'd have much luck at catching one, but it's not something I'm going to risk. But anyway, yeah, back to the art. I started adding in these little dots. I just thought it would add maybe something a bit more to the piece, make it a bit more unique. I'm quite happy with the effect. I might try that on other artwork. I do think it added a bit more. And it does give it a more like cutesy, I can't say the word, cutesy style. So yeah, I think all there is left to do now is just add in the eyes and the mouth, and my Create This Book first artwork is done. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. If you could like, subscribe, comment, it would make my day. Thank you.